For this video, I'm going to be taking a spin on a heavily green mid-range list. This is what I call Curse Monk. It is essentially trying to take advantage of as many of the curse effects as you can. Well, not as many, but all of the better ones. So things like Shearpoint Dragon, Murkwater Scourge, Sai Sahan. I am running Bitterfish Witch just because 3 is kind of a weird spot in this particular list, and I also like having the Prophecy. Bloody Hand Chef is amazing in this, and one of the reasons that I like running Monk specifically is on 4, where you're also a little bit weak, you can run Cloudrest Illusionist. It's a great card, great Prophecy, but the -4/-0 from this will buff Bloody Hand Chef, and unlike this effect, it is a permanent buff to Bloody Hand Chef. Also, in case you didn't know, Illusionist and Execute is a great combo as well, so it's just, in my opinion, a bit of a fun list. We're going to take it for a spin. I've played it a little bit in the past, so it's not an entirely new list for me. That being said, it's probably what I would consider to be like an okay list, right? Like if somebody said, hey, you know, do you think this list is great for the ladder? I would say great, maybe not the word great. You can certainly win with this. I've gone on win streaks with both Curse Scout and Curse Monk pretty effectively. It just kind of depends on what you're running into. I think that it struggles against hard control, so things like you know, Control Tribunal, for example. And I think that it struggles against combo decks. So while Invade is a little less popular now, it's certainly not gone. And if you keep running into stuff like that where they're trying to win from hand, it's probably not for you. So you're going to throw back the 7 costs. Get one right back. Only 3 7 costs in the deck, and we managed to see literally all 3 of them. Alright, a bit of a slow start. We're going to be playing off our back foot. I have to imagine if somebody's already rank 3 by now and they're playing Warrior, this is probably aggro. Maybe not. Maybe it could be like a hand buff Warrior. It's entirely possible. But regardless, we don't have a very proactive hand, so that's, I think, ultimately what's going to hurt us. Alright, so the Orc comes slamming down, and all we can really do is try to answer on this side with a Goblin, since Execute doesn't touch this. Execute's a good card in this list as well, because even though you have Cloud Rest, sometimes just using like a curse in combination is enough to get things lower. Or low enough.
Close ranks, let nothing through.
Okay. This is where you you hope for the Prophecy, but you don't get it. We're gonna go ahead and put this over here to try to contest this. Execute this one. I mean, you could try to save both, but I don't think that you can race eating 5 damage to the face over and over. We're gonna have both our runes gone, so this is gonna be just an oversized, overcosted guard in our list, sadly. Ring of Lordship. Okay.
Orcs at the ready.
Well, that is likely changing
This won't take
how we
long.
approach this next turn, then. Very much so, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and move this. And we're not gonna break a rune here yet. Our hand's a little clunky. It's a shame that we didn't get this as a Prophecy. Wow, okay. Burn and Pillage was not a card that I was expecting to have to worry about. Expecting to have to play around. But there you have it, folks. That was effective. So Ring of Lordship in an Orc deck along with Burn and Pillage, huh? Okay.
Killing you will make an excellent story. I'm ready for anything. You're going down.
Wow. So at this point, we're just trying to defend our health total a bit, I think. I mean, we have a lot of gas here and they don't, so I think taking that trade is fine. We could have been extra greedy and waited, but I didn't see much reason to. I'm just gonna kind of defend this to force them into the field and then see if we can start fighting for field. I mean, you could argue that maybe I should have developed here, and then if they put something over here, then dropped this, because now they'll have initiative. So maybe that's a sequencing misplay.
You won't escape alive.
Yeah, see, we can see some of my mistake coming into play now.
I'll try to draw
So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna deal with this outright. Lock this down. Hopefully this will let us deal with this. Alright, so they're also running Solitaire in this deck. Not something I was expecting to see, but we're going to be taking at least 5 again here. That is a bit of an issue, because we don't have another guard to slap down over there, so if they've got a third Orc Headhunter at some point, then we just lose. Trying to figure out what the best way to actually spend my magicka is this turn.
Your fear
I think it's something like this.
Of course I'm on your side. Of course I'm on your side.
Care to make a friendly wager?
I think you just do this, because we're gonna have to try to win like in a single turn. And again, if they've got the Headhunter, then there's literally nothing we can do here. So,
You won't escape
oh yeah, they got it, 100%. No way they don't. Oh wow, I thought for sure. It's just the way my luck goes. Thought for sure we were donezo. Alright, so now we have to maybe do some math. Like, we need to Leaf Lurker this. So this has to die, I think, regardless.
The forest is more close.
And then I think we get this here just so this doesn't have any damage at all. We wait one more turn and then we push next turn because we'll also have Tazcad to maybe finish it off. We're not as worried about the charge because if it's a Headhunter they need something else. And now we should definitely have enough for lethal, right? Because this is 12, 14 over here, 22, 27 plus the Tazcad. So now we just slow and steady through this a bit. But we should be okay.
You bet on the wrong side.
So here comes the prophecy. Wow, they put it over there, which I find rather interesting. I'm not seeing a good way to skip this last rune because I did my sequencing wrong, but
Behold,
doesn't matter.
my
There we go. So a couple of misplays there. Playing the wilds, I think, was a bit early. We should have just developed in the field. So that then they had to decide, do they want to go over there and fight with what we already had or keep going shadow, and then we could have dropped the 5/6 there and had control of both. Sequencing there on the end, I could have probably skipped that last rune with Tazcad if I would have paid better attention. You know, just calling it out. It's always good to, even when you win, analyze what you could have done better. Because believe me, I definitely could have played that better. Alright. So against Empire, I don't think we want any of these in our opener. Alright, so the Ungulum opener is not half bad.
The Black Hand sees all.
It's a little bit weird running Ungulum in a list like this because we don't necessarily have like a ton of draw, but it is a bit mid-rangey.
This is interesting.
Care to make a friendly way?
This is a big gamble. Like, this is the epitome of a corner club gambler. You have to hope they don't run like Crushing Blow or something. At 3 Magicka, Empire shouldn't have many ways to deal with that. Yeah, okay. Oh wow. This is Wax Wayne Empire. Alright, that's not what I was expecting. Let's go ahead and run this away.
You bet on the wrong side.
And we'll develop this. We have the bitter fish there, but I think I'd rather use that to like get rid of the 2/1. Interesting.
Dark times breed dark omens.
Scaleless coward.
Very interesting. So I think here we actually just fight for control of the board. There's a couple of different ways that we can do that, but the one that makes the most sense
Bet on the wrong
is,
side.
in fact, to do something like this.
Of course I'm on your side.
Now, there's a lot of ways that, obviously, that can backfire,
The Black
but
Hand sees all.
I think this is our best shot. Okay. So they give the guard there. A couple of different ways that we could handle this as well. Cliff Racer or Sheer Point is likely the play, though.
Surprise!
I think I like this,
You bet on
this,
the wrong side.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
and we'll wait and see what we give them, if anything. And I'll just take the Sheer Point, just so that's nice and on the board. Got a lot of things with 1 health there. We could lose control of that field lane at any moment. But as long as we can keep snowballing this as far as we can, we're in an okay spot. Against Empire, you're usually not worried about like 1 damage pings. And they exist. For sure they exist. Okay. That's a lot of supports. Well, now we just go to into damage mode. I'm surprised I didn't gain health.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
You bet on the wrong side.
I'm very surprised I didn't gain health. But there you have it. Don't think it would have mattered there because they didn't hit any prophecies, but nonetheless, that's it. That's 2 games, win or lose on Curse Monk. As always, I will put the deck code in the video description. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if you have not yet already. And until next time, may you walk on warm sands.